Hello, that's Chris, the Suffolk Record Collector, back again with a finds video. We've got some cracking finds here today that I've picked up in the last 3 weeks. The first three are from a couple of bands that just might have passed you by. We'll see. First one is an album from a band called Kingdom Come. The record's called Journey. This was released in 1973. Now this is a prog or space rock type album, and it's the killer. The band itself is, you got Arthur Brown, which is the same Arthur Brown from The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. He had a big hit with Fire in the late 60s. Andy Dolby on guitar. So Arthur Brown is on Bentley drum machine and vocals, Andy Dolby guitar, Phil Shutt Fender bass and vocals, and Victor Peraino Mellotron piano, synthesizer, theremin, percussion and vocals. This was recorded in 72. Now, when I was doing a bit of research on this, this is supposedly the first ever album that featured like drum machines. I don't know if that's right, but this is what I was saying. Like I say, fantastic album. The keyboard player, Victor Peraino, you do not see his stuff about at all. He's played with loads of people, and he was very big, and so were this band, Kingdom Come, on the festival scene in the early 70s. But Victor Peraino, because they split up in 74 due to lack of album sales, didn't do very well, but they were, like I say, big on the festival circuit. In 75, Victor Peraino released an album called Victor Peraino's Kingdom Come. Now that is mega rare. It was a privately pressed album, and I don't know how many were pressed, but wouldn't have been many at all. But that is on YouTube. Check it out. It's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic album. Now, the tracks on here, side one, you've got Time Captives, brilliant. Triangles, Gypsy. Side two is Superficial Roadblocks. A, Lost Time. B, Superficial Roadblocks. And C, Corpora, Super Celestia. Conception, Spirit of Joy, Come Alive. This is not an expensive album. If you find it, check it out. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's probably the cheapest way of getting anything by Victor Peraino at all. It was originally released as a first press, originally released on Polydor. Like you see, that's in lovely condition. Like I say, it wasn't expensive at all. Normal sort of price, really. Check it out. It's a fantastic album. It's really good. Right, the next two are albums again that may have passed you by. Like, that wasn't very well. That was the most well accepted album from Kingdom Come, but it didn't do really well. Not really. And the next band were about in the early 70s, 71, 70, 71, 72. I think they'd split by 72, or a different lineup, and by 73 they were gone. They're classed as acid folk, but I don't know if that really fits. Yes, it does, and then other times it doesn't, especially on the first album. Anyway, these were released, these are reissues of rare albums that were reissued on the Earth label literally about 7 days ago. And that's a band called Trees. This album's called In the Garden the Garden of Jane Delaunay. A band called Trees. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This is their first album, which was originally released, I want to say, 1970. Like I say, these have just been reissued on, like I say, on the Earth label. But these are limited edition on white vinyl. sound brilliant, sound brilliant. If you like folk music, like Pentangle or Fairport Convention, that type of thing, this is like that, but with a bit of a heavier guitar riffs. You got to hear it. If you haven't heard these, check them out, because you will be amazed. That's that one. And I got the second one as well. So they did 2 albums. This one's 1971, I want to say. I'll have a look. This is On the Shore by Trees. This was originally released in 71. Very much similar to the first album, but maybe the guitar riffs are not quite as heavily there, like the rock guitar riffs. But and I don't think this is quite as good album as the first one. But that's just me, I think. But this is a very, very good album. Well worth checking out. If you haven't heard of them, check them out, stream the music, or they're definitely on YouTube anyway. Well worth checking out. Again, this is on the Earth label on white vinyl as well. Yeah, these only came out, these were only released, I think, on the 20th. These were released. Next, we're going into the rock part now, into the rock sort of collection. This is a Nazareth album I picked up. This is an original first press of Loud and Proud. Nice gatefold, see that. Fantastic album, absolutely brilliant. Original on the Mooncrest label, in lovely condition. So tracks listed on here, you've got side 1, Go Down Fighting, Not Faking It, Turn On Your Receiver, Teenage Nervous Breakdown, Freewheeler. Side 2 is This Flight Tonight, which is the Joni Mitchell song, which is absolutely fantastic. Child in the Sun, and the Bob Dylan track, which is strange. It's not strange, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, the guitar on it is just killer. They did the version of Bob Dylan's The Ballad of Hollis Brown. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This was originally released, I think this is 1973. I will be able to tell you. Yeah, this is 1973. Fantastic album. Obviously, we all know Nazareth, but this is earlier Nazareth, and it's really good, really good. And whilst I was there, I also found this one, which is the next Nazareth album from 74, I want to say. Yeah, from 74. And that's Rampant. UK first pressing. But this is missing the inner. So there should be an inner with this, with track listings on, because there's no track listing on the back. So that is also on Mooncrest. Original Mooncrest album label, lovely label. We don't see many of those. This is a fantastic album. This is probably better than the other one. I mean, the track listing on here is side 1 starts off with Silver Dollar Forger, parts 1 and 2, Glad When You're Gone, Loved and Lost, Shanghaied in Shanghai, and on side 2 you have Jet Lag, Light My Way, Sunshine, Shapes of Things, and Space Safari, which is part of Shapes of Things, in lovely condition. Fantastic album. So if you're into rock music, Nazareth really are a must. They're absolutely fantastic, and these 2 albums are some of the best of Nazareth, to be fair. They're both first pressings, UK first pressings, that's why I got them. Next, I think I got a bit of a bargain with this. I'm not sure. You guys will let me know. Because I'm not a great, know a lot about the Beatles at all. Yeah, I like the music. When I was younger, I really liked them. But this is a Japanese pressing of a Beatles album. And it's a 1970 Japanese press of Beatles for Sale. That's in a lovely thick card gatefold, as you can see. It's in Japanese there, and yeah. Now that's missing an obi, so it should have been an obi with this, I believe. And it's also missing the insert, which I'm sure there would have been an insert, because these Japanese presses love their inserts, don't they? They have lots of nice inserts. This is on the Apple label. And this is absolutely mint condition. Now I pick up Japanese pressings of albums when I find them, if that's an album I want. But this was cheap. I mean, I think this was, how much did I pay for this? It's 28 quid. I paid £28 for this. And this is in lovely mint condition. I just think that's a bit of a bargain. I think I got a bit of a bargain there. But you guys can let me know in the comments if you think I got a bargain or not. It doesn't matter, I love it anyway. And another one I think I've got a bit of a bargain on. This is a jazz album I picked up. And this come from a shop. Now, I paid, what did I pay for this? $29.99 is what I paid for this. And that's Charles Mingus, Black Saint and the Sinner Lady. Now this is on Impulse. This is a US copy, and a beautiful gatefold. And I couldn't really find, I haven't tracked down what pressing it is. I know it's not the first pressing, but I think that might be a 1972 reissue. And it's on the Impulse, as you can see. It's a red bordered Impulse label. And that's in mint condition. I mean, that's lovely. And this was $29.99. The reissue of this, the nice reissue of this is, and that's beautiful, is 30-40 quid. And this is in mint condition. And this sounds bloody amazing. This was originally released in 1963 on Impulse. On here, the personnel on here, the band, you've got trumpets, Rolf Erickson and Richard Williams, trombone, Quentin Jackson, tuba, Don Butterfield, soprano, baritone and flute, Jerome Richardson, tenor sax and flute, Dick Haffer, alto sax, Charles Moreno, piano, Jackie Baird, guitar, Jay Berliner, bass and piano, Charlie Mingus, and drums, Danny Richmond. Tracks on here are solo dancer, duet solo dancers, group dancers, trio and group dancers, single solos and group dance, group and solo dance. This is brilliant. I love this. Black Saint and the Sinner Lady, Charles Mingus. Even for like a 72 reissue, I don't think like £29.99 was a lot of money to pay for this, really. Really pleased to have it, and to have found it. I mean, that was in a shop, in a record shop, so local here to me in Suffolk. Next, now this is when I bought this. It's still in the shrink wrap, because I'm a sucker for foreign pressings, and saw on the back here, Canada. So this is a 78. I've looked it up, and this is a 1978 Canadian. Now it's the first Canadian issue, and they were all issued in 78 anyway. But that's Blondie's Parallel Lines. As you can see, the sticker on here is in English and French, obviously because the French part of Canada. But I was always under the impression that all first presses of this album had the shorter version of Heart of Glass on. Well, this includes the extended disco version of Heart of Glass. Now, I'm pretty sure they're only on the reissues. Now, this came out in '78, and this is the first Canadian pressing. And on Discogs, they're showing a picture of the exact same album with the exact same sticker, Hope sticker. But this has got the long version, like I say, of Heart of Glass on. So if there's any Blondie fans out there who know whether this is, I mean, I'm pretty sure what happened was it was released around the world on a certain date in '78 with the short single version, but it wasn't released in Canada until like the second pressing, which might have only been a month or two later, containing obviously, but I'm not sure. But it's in mint condition, like I say, in a shrink. That's why I bought it. The condition is just absolutely beautiful, never been played, and it sounds fantastic. So if anyone actually can tell me whether this is a first press, it's still a Canadian first issue, so still a nice thing for 15 quid. Not a lot of money at all, but there were millions of these out there, weren't there? But that is, the condition is just fantastic. Right, next is yeah, this was released in 2017, I believe. It's a Can album, and this is on triple vinyl. Open this out, you can see that, and this right on the back now, and this is on Spoon Records. I'd say released in 2017. We all know Can, but what I wasn't really aware of, this is all the singles that they released, a collection of the singles that they released between 69 or no, it's yeah, between 69 and 1990. There's a lot of stuff on here I wasn't aware of, and it's good. A lot of the tracks are just edited versions, but some of them aren't. The track listing is quite good. You've got, start off with Soul Desert, then She Brings the Rain, Spoon, Chicago Maru 10, Turtles Have Short Legs, Hallelujah, which is an edit, Vitamin C, I'm So Green, Mushroom, Moonshake, Future Days, which is an edit, Dizzy Dizzy, which is an edit, Splash, which is an edit, Hunters and Collectors, which is an edit, Vernal Equinox, which is an edit, I Want More and More, Silent Night from '76, Cascade Waltz, Don't Say No, Return, Can, and Hula Hula, which is the last track on the last side, which is 1990, so it takes it right through from 69 to 90. Collection of all the singles that they'd released. Yeah, this wasn't expensive. This was only about 15 quid. There's a little bit of water damage at the bottom there. This is second hand from the market, but quite surprised. I like it. It's a good album, and it's a good collection of all their singles, because their singles are rare things today. I believe some of the early ones are very rare, so that was well worth getting, and it is well worth getting. If you get this cheap, pick it up, because it's well worth it. Next, yeah, this was a new record I bought, another new one. I don't really know much. Well, I know the album, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't aware of the pressing as such. And that's Creedence Clearwater Revival, Cosmo's Factory. So I bought this, and I knew what it was. Love Creedence. This is a brilliant album. This is side one, Ramble Tamble, Before You Accuse Me, Travelling Band, Ooby Dooby, Look Out My Back Door, and Run Through the Jungle. Side two, Up Around the Bend, My Baby Left Me, Who'll Stop the Rain, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, which is an amazing 11 minutes 5 seconds version. long as I can see the light. I want to say this was released in 1970, but I'm not sure. But I think it was Cosmo's Factory. Anyway, I got home, stuck it on the turntable that evening, glass of wine. And literally before I got into track 2 on side 1, I'm thinking, Jesus, this sounds bloody good. This sounds amazing. Now it's just the normal, I thought, reissue. It's on the, it wasn't expensive, just normal price, which is expensive today, isn't it? It's on the Fantasy label. But anyway, when side 1 finished, I flipped it over. I just looked in the dead wax, and in the dead wax, it signed both sides. Where are we? I can't bloody see. Signed both sides, Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman. Yeah, that's got Kevin Gray and a slash, and Steve Hoffman, ATLI or something like that. So this was cut by Kevin Gray, probably mastered by Steve Hoffman. I think, I could be wrong, but they're both in the dead wax on both sides of this album, and I can actually say this album sounds absolutely amazing. So the actual sound on it is fantastic, so well worth picking up if you can get that version. Like I said, it doesn't tell you there's no hype stickers on the album, you know, when you buy it. It's just sealed. And I didn't know, but it's a killer sounding. I've never heard it sound, I mean, I know the album and I've never heard it sound as good as that. So, and lastly, was another cheapo, but I don't know this one. I didn't know this actual album. And it's a greatest hits. It's called What a Long Strange Trip It's Been, and it's Best of the Grateful Dead double album. Again, this was cheap. This was about a tenner, and that's in mint condition. That's really good. Side 1 starts off with New Minglewood Blues. Then you've got Cosmic Charlie, Truckin', Black Peter, Born Cross-Eyed. Side 2 is Riddle, Doing That Rag, Dark Star, High Time, and New Speedway Boogie. Side 3 is St. Stephen, Jack Straw, Me and My Uncle, Tennessee Jed. Side 4, Cumberland Blues, Playing the Band, Brown Eyed Woman, and Ramble on Rose. That's a brilliant album. I really like it. I don't have an awful lot of Grateful Dead stuff. I've got a few albums of theirs that I'm sort of only been into in the last couple of 3 years, really. But yeah, really good. And that was released, this is an original from 77, this was released in 77. And it's on the Warner Brothers Palm Tree label, so it's a double album. That's in beautiful condition. Don't look at it, it's ever been played. No spindle wear at all. Always a good sign. Lovely album. Right. Well, that's the finds. Hopefully there's been something there to interest you and keep you going, because this has turned into a longish video. But there's some good stuff there. I shall be doing another video in a few weeks. I've been working on that, and hopefully there'll be something quite special to show, because I've been in negotiations for a couple of albums, and looks like I'm going to get them. Quite rare original Vertigo Swirl record. So stay tuned, because that will be my next video. So until then, thanks everybody for watching the channel, subscribing, leaving comments. I try to answer all comments. Although it's a bit difficult sometimes because we all got other things to do and whatever. But yeah, thank you all very much, and catch you all again later. Thank you.